All right, happy Mother's Day, everyone. I hope everyone had a wonderful day and you had an opportunity to spend time with your family, if that's what you choose to do on this holiday. I actually did that this afternoon, but I started the day with going to a card show. So I'm going to show you a little clip from the video that I took while at the card show. It's the same card show I went to last month that's held here locally in Schaumburg at the Woodfield Mall area. So it is one they have every month, second Sunday of the month. They do it every month. So I actually got some pretty good pickups this time. I'm really excited to show you. I'm going to show you really video real quick what the showroom looked like, and then I'm going to come back with my highlights. But first, I also wanted to just put a brief plug that if you haven't watched my video from Friday night, feel free to get a chance to do that. I actually was able to pull a numbered Sapphire Auto out of a 2021 Topps Chrome Update Sapphire box. It's right there in front of you. It was a lot of fun doing it. If you have a chance to watch it, please do, because I even pulled out a card that's 1 out of 5. So it was a red version of one of the Sapphire cards. So I'm gonna put this on hold, show you the video, and I'll be right back to show you what I picked up. All right, bye.
He just couldn't believe it. He was just, I care more about the playoffs than I do the guy getting the perfect game. That's something to see. Yeah.
Buy anything? I got an Eloy RPA.
No, I mean, if it was something you were buying, yeah,
Yeah, no problem.
I think they were obsessed with us.
Who is it?
They're retailing at 32. They're reselling at about 45, 50. So I have to.
Which one did you want?
Cool.
I just want to make sure about $3.
And we're back. So you got a chance to see the brief sort of walk around of the showroom. I know I didn't spend a lot of time at any one of the tables because I figured I didn't want to make this a very, very long video, number one. But two, I didn't want to spend time lingering at people's tables while people were kind of passing by me and stuff like that. So I just wanted to kind of get through there pretty quickly. But you got a general sense of the size and scope of the show. Wasn't as busy as it was previous month because of the holiday. I think there's a few less vendors than there were, but some of the same people who were there from last month. So that was really good to see. And there definitely were people very eager and picking up cards and making deals throughout the show. So first off, I wanted to give a little shout out to actually one of my followers. Jason J actually came up to me and introduced himself after he recognized my voice when I was talking with the dealer. He's also working on some White Sox Hall of Fame projects too, and doing a very similar one that I did last year, and was mentioning that he just recently picked up a Hall of Fame card and was actually at some point looking to be able to pick up the Luke Appling rookie. So I thought I'd just kind of throw that out there real quick and wish him luck in trying to pursue this card. And, I wish him the best of luck being able to get it. It's one I've had in my collection now for about almost a year and a half. I really enjoy it despite it being a 1. It's got some paper loss on it, so that's why it doesn't grade out higher, but pretty pleased to have it. So I'll just put that aside right now, put the 34 Gaudi away, and just talk about my experience. So this was a jackpot, I thought. Went in there with, a minimal amount of money that I was going to be willing to spend and no more. Certainly was starting out looking for 67 top singles or high series singles. Didn't see one in the show, which isn't atypical for some of these local shows I go to. And when they do, it's usually like the Seaver and Carew, which I wasn't ready to be able to pay for yet. So I walked the showroom. It was mostly a lot of modern stuff, a lot of basketball, a lot of football, even soccer seems to be kind of beginning to be a bigger presence at the show. And of course, baseball was still really prominent throughout the show. So if you like modern stuff, it is a beautiful show to be able to go there. Those cards look really, really cool. I even for a moment contemplated, like, hey, do I pick up this Bowman graded LeBron James rookie card? And I decided not to, but at some point I might put that into my collections. I think it's a really cool looking card, honestly. So, and it was affordably priced at this point. So I thought about it, which surprisingly actually surprised me how affordable it was. But so I walked around a little bit, and I did see a graded vintage card that kind of interested me, and I was able to talk with the dealer, and I was able to negotiate a fairly good price, I felt, on it. So we kind of split the difference between some recent comps, and he was very agreeable, really nice guy to work with. So I was able to pick up, I think, the GOAT of baseball, which is Willie Mays here. So I was able to pick up his 1960 Topps All-Star. I'll hold it a little closer to the camera too, so you can see it in a PSA 4. It's really a wonderfully centered card, and the surface is in really great shape. What brings it down is some of the corners have been rounded a little bit. So that's really kind of what brings it down. But as you can see, it's pretty sharp. It was part of the High Series in 1960, so these are a little bit more uncommon as some of the other All-Star Series that you might be able to pick up. So I'm just really pleased to pick it up. It's my first actually graded Willie Mays card. So I have other Willie Mays as part of sets I've been able to build over the years. But I don't have a graded one, so very pleased to add the Say Hey Kid to my collection. I'll put him right here with Aaron Judge. All right, and then I spent most of the time actually like hanging out with the only vintage dealer at the show who was kind of primarily doing this. The guy's name is Tom, and this is where actually Jason ran into me. So I was looking at a lot of different cards, and we talked for about an hour just about the stuff he had. He had a recent buy of like 1950s and 60s cards, and that's what he was bringing to the show to be able to sell. So I was looking and admiring a lot of the cards he had, and kind of looking at which ones may actually be suitable at some point to be able to turn in for grading, and just was really enjoying the time just talking about his love for the hobby, his passion for the cards, my passion for the cards. So it was just a really enjoyable time. Like I mentioned, I think we talked for an hour. So he comes to the show every month, so I'm hoping to be able to kind of connect with him next month and kind of see what he's got. He did mention he had some 1967 Topps High Series cards that he's anticipating being able to get sometime soon, so I'm hoping to be able to get a chance to get first pick at some of them, but, well, maybe not first pick, but hopefully we can bring it to the show next and I might be able to see it. But the two cards I picked up from him are actually grading candidates for me. So I'm going to start with actually the newer of the two, and that would be the 1958 All-Star of Ted Williams. So I'm really pleased with this one. This is in really good shape. The corners just maybe slightly rounded a little, and obviously it's off center. The card itself maybe has a little bit of smudging on the surface, I think probably from just oils on hands over time, and maybe even a slight snowing in some spots of it. But I think it may, I have to look at it more closely, but I'm really hoping it might get like a 3 on, if I send it in for grading. I think a 4 may be a little bit too generous, but I love the 58 All-Stars. I think they look really cool. Obviously, it was the first All-Star issue that Topps put as in a subset within the series itself. So you can see really, really cool cards. So I'll put Teddy Ballgame in the back here next to Willie. And then the final one I picked up is a pretty iconic looking image of this particular player. It's not a rookie card, but it is a second year card for this player. And a pretty iconic image from a pretty iconic set. And that is the 1953 Bowman Whitey Ford. This is from the color set, as you guys are probably pretty familiar with. The card's in pretty good shape. It is off center, and it does have some lovely bubblegum staining on the back, so that's probably going to grade it down a little bit. But I think I'm probably shooting for maybe a 2, probably no more than a 3 on a grade for this one. This might be part of the SGC submission that me and my friends might be doing later this month. So it's definitely a candidate for a future submission, maybe the next upcoming one, but definitely one down the road, because I'd like to be able to get this one encased and make it my Whitey Ford for my collection, unless I choose to upgrade it and try and get his rookie at some point down the road. But for now, really pleased with the 3 cards I picked up. Had a lot of fun at the show. Put Whitey with Frank Thomas there. Put Teddy Ballgame back on the stand. And so there you go. Please check out the show. Hope you get a chance to get out there sometime if you live locally. Please like and subscribe if you can. And have a wonderful evening. And happy Mother's Day once again to everyone.